Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Oakland Athletics at Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum. On the mound for the Tigers today is Joaquin Andujar, whose record is 2-4 with a 4.91 ERA. And pitching for the A's today is Rick Langford, whose record is 7-15 with a 5.04 ERA. And so we lost yesterday's game. This is no surprise. We had the game in hand. We took out Rosie, who was struggling a little bit, brought in the bullpen, and very quickly gave up the lead. It was a tie. And then in the eighth inning, the A's took the lead for good. So another bummer of a ball game as we head into Game 4 of the four-game series. And I have to say, although this has been a disappointing season and this stretch run where we've been playing nothing but 500 baseball, since May, has been kind of a bummer. But yeah, this series versus the A's has been a lot of fun. I like this team a lot. I think once I finish the Detroit Tigers series here, I might go back to these 1980s A's and maybe start a new series playing as Oakland. I have done that before for fun, for my own recreational purposes, but I've always struggled with the A's because they are in a small market. They don't have a lot of revenue generated over the season, and so it's kind of tough to sign free agents. It's a real challenge. If you consider yourself an expert at this game, playing as the A's will set you straight. Because they are a tough team to play as. But I love this team. I love the 80s A's. Let's go ahead and get started with today's ball game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe. We have all the bullpen available today. Joaquin Andujar is on the mound. The current A's lineup has 22 plate appearances against him. Taking a look at the lineup, we did make one roster move. Yes, it's true. Tony Armas was released again. And we've recalled Eddie Miller, who will get a start in center field. Probably on par with Tony Armas as a hitter of what he has to offer us as a team. But Eddie Miller's defense is a little bit better. And why not bring Eddie Miller back? So otherwise, our lineup versus Rick Langford is our standard group of lefties versus the righty. Let's go ahead and do the official Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet Whitaker. Batting second, playing first base is Greg Brock. Batting third as shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting cleanup, playing third base is George Brett. Batting fifth in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting sixth and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting seventh in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting eighth and DHing is Mickey Hatcher. And batting ninth in center field is Eddie Miller. Let's take a look at Rick Langford here. Rick Langford, again, one of Billy Martin's A's, who he absolutely destroyed starting in 1980. Of course, that's when we started our sim, so these are not his actual numbers. But in real life in 1980, this just blows my mind. Rick Langford made 33 starts. He went 19-12, and he had 28 complete games, 28 out of 33 starts. He threw a complete game, and he had 22 complete games in a row. Okay, take a minute and just think about that. He pitched 22 complete games in a row. That is insane. And he didn't even get a Cy Young Award vote that year. Unbelievable. So by the time the 1983 season rolled around, Rick Langford was toast. He went 0-4 that year with a 12 ERA. He did pitch a few more seasons in an A's uniform, mostly in relief, spot starting, but was never a good pitcher again. So I love that story about Rick Langford. Cracks me up. Having a good year. He's making his 26th start. He's 7-15 with a 5.04 ERA. 70 Ks in 178 and 2/3 innings pitched. 4 complete games. He's got a shutout. Fastball topping out at 85 miles an hour. He's got a jello arm. I mean, his fastball speed is slower than Dave Rosema's. And that's why his slider is his only good pitch. Rated in 91. Overall rated in 81. The 31-year-old righty does go to free agency at the end of the year. Will he get another contract? I have no idea. Okay, let's take a look at the defense for the A's. Is the defense the same? Yeah, they've had the same lineup all 4 games so far this series. So here we go with Sweet Lou leading off. We need a much better offensive output. Let's go. Whitaker leading off the ball game with a ground ball to second. Despite having a pretty good season, it's weird to see Sweet Lou's average dip below 270. So Whitaker out, 1 down. Here's Greg Brock, 2-0 count. Average just above 300, so he's hanging in there as he pops out to the catcher, Tettleton. 2 quick outs for Langford. That will bring up Alan Trammell, 0 for 3 in his career versus Langford, and he pops it up. Oh, look at that. He did throw a spitball. He does have a spitball in his arsenal, mixing in all of his pitches, but look at that. Like, he only threw 2 sliders, which are his best pitch. Kind of a, I don't know. I'm playing the game under protest with those spitballs. Okay, that's going to do it. We're going to go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the A's lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Rusty McNealy. Batting second and DHing is Shooty Babitt. Batting third and left field is Tony Brewer. Batting cleanup, playing third base, is Kevin Mitchell. Batting fifth and catching is Mickey Tettleton. Batting sixth in right field is Mike Davis. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, is Tony Phillips. Batting eighth at first base is Joe DeSa. And batting ninth, playing second base, is Jerry Remy. Let's take a look at Joaquin Andujar coming off his best start as a Tiger. He went 8 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 3 hits only. He did walk 4, which has been his bugaboo since he's been with the Tigers. Look at that, 5 walks, 6 walks, 4 walks. He did get his second win in a Tiger uniform. Overall, making his 14th start. 66 innings pitched, only 36 strikeouts. He walks as many as he strikes out. This could be his last start in a Tiger uniform. We do have the September call-ups coming up, and we might actually just cut Joaquin Andujar loose, pay off the rest of his contract, and bring up Jeff Robinson, who's in AAA and just killing it. Let's take a look at the Tigers' defense, and as you can see, Eddie Miller, a tick better in center field than Tony Armas was. Armas was an 83 rating. He's an 86. You like that extra speed, despite him not having a very good season. Okay, Rusty McNealy leading off against Joaquin Andujar. Full count, and he walks him. So, Andujar not off to a good start. Well, I mean, I would be sending McNealy here for sure. A Shooty Babitt steps in, and McNealy does steal second base. His 51st stolen base on the year. We'll pull the outfield in with Babitt. Even though Babitt's shown some power this year, 19 home runs, second on the team. And Andujar strikes out Babitt. That's a nice surprise. 1 down. Here's Tony Brewer, maybe the best hitter in the game. And a base hit up the middle. That will score McNealy. And it's 1-0. Oh, no, McNealy holds. Wait, that says 23 feet? What? That would have been halfway back to the mound. Okay, well, I mean, the visual aid is not indicative of what actually happened, I guess. But we'll take a first and third situation. And I will pull Brett in at third. So if it's a ground ball to Brett, that'll hold the runner or maybe prevent him from scoring. Otherwise, we'll play regular depth, maybe get a double play here. Although we have not been able to do that much lately. There's a ground ball to Trammell in the hole. And an error. So this game is over already. Man, what a bummer. As Trammell makes an error. There's Mickey Tettleton and a walk. And Mike Davis and a walk. That walk's in a run. Tony Phillips and a walk. Now it's a pop-up. It's a 3-run. You know, that was actually ball 4. We'll take it, though. And Joe DeSa hits a ground ball to third. All right, well, we're going to play the game out as George Brett steps in. Line drive to the left. Again, this is not Cy Young on the mound. This is Rick Langford with a +5 ERA. 8 games under 500 on the season, but he's going to mow us down here. There's a base hit to left for Remy. McNealy strikes out. Pass ball. So we've had an error pass ball, walked in a run. We have to pull the infield in now. Not that it's going to make a difference, but yeah, every game I get so, you know, I feel it's like I have to brainwash myself to convince myself this is not the worst game available on the market. As Tony Brewer goes oppo taco for a home run, it's 4-0. And then my hopes are immediately dashed in the first inning. 4-0 A's. When Wilson strikes out. Mickey Hatcher, by the way, has 5 two-hit games in a row and is on a 6-game hitting streak. Yep. This will be the last inning, I think, here for Joaquin Andujar. Yeah, last night I went and did some searches for other PC baseball sims. Out of the Park seems like the best option, but I don't like the fact that I think you have to pay for different seasons, right? I mean, so I don't know. It doesn't really. I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. I mean, we have not got a hit against one of the worst damn players in the game. It's embarrassing how bad this game is. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like the actual statistics don't matter. And I can understand if there's a variance. You know, okay, George Brett's not going to get a hit every single time up against Rick Langford. Although he is 7 for 17 with a home run so far. But, you know, you're telling me he's going to strike out, you know, all the time? It doesn't make sense. As Brett gets a cheap infield single. Gibby's 0 for 5 against him, so we'll hit and run. Yeah. Gibby can't even get it on the ground. Kennedy had 2 double plays, grounding double plays yesterday. Walks here. And there's your double play. The other annoying thing about this game is seems like they stack in games like this. They seem like they stack all the runs in the first, and then all of a sudden Joaquin Andujar becomes a good pitcher, you know? Although I may have just jinxed him here. I mean, we're just pushing buttons now. It doesn't matter. We're going to pull out Andujar and bring in Capizzello with all the lefties coming up. That's going to be it for Andujar. He will never pitch another game for us. Good job by Capizzello there. Rick Langford pitching a one-hitter. I did read that he did pitch a no-hitter in the minor leagues. It was in 1978 or something like that. Another 1-2-3 inning. Unbelievable. Might be the fastest game we've played. Yeah, truthfully, I cannot wait for this season to be over. I'm really not having any fun playing this game anymore. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch it, but I don't know the value of even playing another game. I guess it's just to see what the surprises are, but like we haven't had a home run. I think we've had one home run in 10 games or 2 weeks maybe as a team, despite leading the league in home runs, for a majority of the season, as Gibby's going to get us on the board. We'll have Gibby steal, but it won't make a difference. Terry Kennedy up, full count. That'll get us our second run. Yeah, there we go. So we're a 2-run home run away from tying it up. Not today. Not today, Satan. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Just a fantastic job by George Capizzello. 1 2/3 innings, no hits, 3 strikeouts. We'll bring in Roy Thomas. Take a look at his log. Yeah, he had those back-to-back bad games where he took a loss, but he's been very consistent for us this year. He's going to have to get the tough guys out. So yeah, I looked at out of the park. I looked at Stratomatic baseball, which I used to play as a kid, the board game version. What else? I mean, a lot of them just don't have like there's a base hit that falls in. A lot of them just don't have like an ability to play consecutive seasons, which is no fun, for me anyway. A's get one of the runs back. Just pushing the buttons. Worst pitcher, one of the worst pitchers in baseball. As Eddie Miller gets a hit. That's a nice surprise. We'll send Miller because why not? Tettleton has a 78 arm, so like this should be a breeze. Lou's completely stopped hitting. Brock gets a base hit. That's a nice clutch shot from Brock. And once again, we're within 2. A 2-run shot would be nice. As Trammell dumps it into the corner for a foul out. Okay, we are going to the 8th here. Let's bring in the creeper, Paul Gibson. If you met him for drinks last night, he probably bought you a banana daiquiri, but I wouldn't have drank it. You might have a little bit of a headache this morning. Joe DeSa, pretty solid hitting left-handers. At an annoying level, frankly. And then McNealy will fly out. So we're going to the 9th inning. This will do it right here for the series. Rick Langford's going to pitch a complete game. That should not surprise anybody. I don't think there's anything built within the game that would allow a starting pitcher computer generated to throw 28 complete games in a season. I don't think it matters what era you're playing in. And here we go, out number 3. So, yeah, another really shitty game. I hate this game so much right now. It is absolutely no fun. I mean, if you look at, you just look at the color chart here, the win-loss, and how we started is nowhere near how we're finishing the season. And it makes no sense. Like, it's like the game does not kick in, at the mogul level until you get the first month out of the way. And then all of a sudden, you're a 500 team, which is what we are since then. Let's take a look at the standings. We'll just get through this quickly. And we're 7 games back. This year is over. 159 home runs. I wish there was a way to see how many home runs we've hit as a team in the last 30 days. I guess the only way you could do that, I'm sure you're not as curious as I am, as Whitaker's tired, but we're going to play him until he breaks. Let's just look at the log. We could maybe set it for 30. Set it for 30 days. Done. I think we have to go out and come back in. Yeah, there we go. So Whitaker's had 6 home runs in 30 days. Brock's had 4. Trammell's had 2. Brett's had 4. Gibby's had 5. Kennedy's had 4. Wilson 4. Mickey Hatcher had 20 home runs last year. He had none in the last 30 ball games. Eddie Miller has 1, but he's not really been on the team. Parrish has had 4. Barfield doesn't really count because those were with Toronto. Yeah. So, more home runs than I guess I kind of thought. All right. So, yeah. California and Seattle. And look at that. Oakland is a half game back. That is impressive. Headline news, nothing. Transactions. Scott Munninghoff signs a 4-year extension with the Phils, which, of course, this game is not capable of actually updating. So I'll have to manually do that later. And the Cardinals, they just keep suffering major injuries. Pete Vukovich will be out the rest of the year. Oh, no, he'll be back for at least 1 start. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Maybe brighter days are ahead. Who knows? We do play the Angels next. We go back home. We'll face the California Angels, a 4-game series, guaranteeing that we'll see that son of a bitch, Frank Tanana. 5 hits, all singles. We're going to give player of the game to Gibby. He drove in the first run. See ya, Joaquin Andujar. We are cutting him loose. Another 4-walk game. The bullpen came in, did their job. I'm not blaming Roy Thomas for giving up a run. Rick Langford pitched his ass off. Again, one of the worst pitchers in the game. Throws a complete game, 5-hitter. Yeah. Tony Brewer, though, one-man army, 3 for 3 with that bomb. And he didn't even get the game-winning RBI. That was Kevin Mitchell. So, okay, that'll do it. Come back tomorrow and play the first game against the Angels. Until then, everyone, have a great night.